Hello everyone, welcome in. If you're returning, thanks for coming back, and if you're new, welcome. You may have some questions about how I run a sale and some of the logistics, which I will go into greater detail after I do the preview of the Suncatchers. When I get back to the jewelry room, I'll give a little more details. If you care to come in and chat at the live sale or you want to claim an item, I'll let you know how to do that. But first up, we have a snowman couple. These were salt and pepper shakers. They are now Suncatchers. I have the snowman and the snow woman with 2 strands of the AB coated glass snowflakes. And then at the bottom of all the Suncatchers are the AB coated as for crystals. These are manufactured over in Egypt. High quality crystals. So the snow couple, they are 22 inches long and they are $16 each. This is my Christmas in July preview, but we will also have regular items. Next up is another snow couple. These are a little larger salt and pepper shakers. These I found in their original packaging, but I think they may have been used for display. Anyway, each one of these, the man and the woman, has 3 strands. Again, they have the AB coated at the bottom. As for crystals, these are 24 inches long and they are $18 each. The next snow couple, we have the lady with her apron and the snowman with his scarf. 2 strands, and we have some snowflakes. And this one I used one as for crystal and then an icicle at the bottom. So a little different. 24 inches long, and these are $16 each. Next up, I took some snowman napkin holders, napkin rings, repurposed them into, and I added a little bell, to a single strand snow catcher with your snowflakes and an icicle. I wanted a different price point for some people. These are different styles. I have multiples. They are 25 inches long and they are $12 each. 25 inches long and $12 each, and I do have multiples. Here we have a silver tone bell. This was made to be an ornament on a tree. I do have 11 of these. They are $6 each as shown. The length is 8 inches long. It will come with this hook. Now, if you wanted to supersize this and say you wanted this longer, I can make it longer. And the price would be more in the $12 range. And I do have 11 of these. Next up is this pierced red vessel. So you can see the light coming through with snowflakes. The handle articulates. And I did 3 strands with all AB at the bottom, the as for crystals. He is 27 inches long, and I'm asking $28 for the snowflake vessel that is pierced. Okay, then I have 2 of these silver tone pierced napkin rings with the snowflake and your AB coated glass and the crystal at the bottom. This one is 8 inches long, $7. I have 2. If you would rather have this supersized and would like to have it longer, I will make it longer for you, and that would change the price a little bit up to $13. Okay, and I have 2 of those. Last up is this, I believe it's made of wood. It's definitely durable, with some snowflake glitter on it. Snowflake. 14 inches long, $16. And once again, if you want to supersize it, I could make this longer, and then I'll have to come up with a price on that. Okay, I'm going to pause and bring up more Suncatchers. Okay, next up we have this blue lidded, I think it was a sugar dish, I'm not sure. It's a miniature with 3 strands, AB, and of course your asked for crystals. This one is 19 inches long, $24. Here is a rose transferware, fancy handles, gold trim, lidded, 3 strands. This one is 21 inches long, and it is $26. This is a muffineer. Just by the size of it, it's footed with gold trim, hand painted. It did not have its cork. I did not permanently alter this either. Everything could be removed and the muffineer would be exactly as I found it. This one is 26 inches long and it is $30. All right, we have a teapot salt and pepper shaker. This one is 18 inches long, so a little shorter, and it is $20. Next up, I have a pierced pie server, and I used the I drilled holes so these would be evenly spaced, 3 strands. You have those at the bottom as always, 20 inches long. This one is $20. I bent the curve of this handle so that it would be weighted and level, if that makes sense. Then I have this 3-strand spoon with some green flowers. I did find this vintage Avon. It is green cross to hang at the bottom. So this one has 2 asked for crystals and a cross. 21 inches long, and it is $20. Next up is a stainless steel spoon bowl flower. I did not make that part. It is soldered in the back. I did not make this, but I did repurpose this into a Suncatcher. It is 20 inches long. This is $30. It has this cute little hook to hang over maybe the edge of a pot or something. Then we have a spoon heart, single strand, 22 inches long, and this is $12. I could do multiples of these. I have some hearts already made. Then we have this puppy, salt and pepper shaker, 3 strands, 3 crystals. He's 23 inches long and $20. Then the last one is a lidded, footed sugar bowl, double handles, 3 strands. This one is 20 inches long and it is $24. Okay, pause again and take you back to the jewelry. Okay, here we are, back where I'm going to show you the jewelry. The sale is Friday, July 5th. Starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for all the returning people. And if you are new, please pre-register. I will have a link of the jotform in the description of this video. And it's also in my live thumbnail that is set for Friday. Fill that out. And it just only asks for the information I need to the email so I can send you an invoice. And then your address, your mailing address where you receive mail so that I can mail your package. Sorry, there's probably going to be some noise from outside with it being the 4th of July. And of course, there's lots of partying going on, as you can imagine. So I apologize for any noise. Hopefully it's not too loud. So the sale is Friday. It might be a longer sale. When the sale's over, I do kind of review the sale to make sure I don't try to keep my errors down to a minimum. I will start sending invoices out Friday night and on through Saturday. I hope to have all invoices out, or if I have a question for you, I'll ask my question. So keep an eye on your email and get those out. And then you have until the end of Monday to pay the invoice. When I wake up Tuesday, if the invoices are not paid and I haven't heard from you, I do just go ahead and cancel them so I can carry on with my business and not hold up anything with trying to get a hold of people past that time. I have a schedule. I like to keep things flowing. So if this week is not your week to shop, that is completely understandable. You're welcome to come in and chat amongst yourselves. Just wait maybe until the next sale to claim items. And the next sale is in 2 weeks. So every other Friday I do have a sale. Or if you're halfway through the 2-week period, you're welcome to rewatch the video, reach out to me, and make some claims after that when you are prepared to pay the invoice. Yeah. Also, claiming an item. Every item is given a number. When you claim an item, please type the number into the chat. If you have a question for me, type the word question in all capitals, or you can highlight my YouTube name in orange by typing the @ symbol and DZ, and then it'll populate DzinesLaura. You click on that. That will catch my attention because as I'm presenting items, I'm not able to read all of the chatter going on. I'm simply looking for numbers or questions directed at me. But you guys are absolutely welcome to chat amongst yourselves. I encourage it because of how wonderful and positive you are. There's something else I was going to add, but it just went right out my brain. I may not be able to read all of the chat, so I'll be looking for numbers and I will be looking for questions directed to me. And if I miss your question, just please type it again. It's just me up there and there's a lot going on. A lot going on, and I appreciate all how patient you are. So then when the invoice goes out, you will just go ahead and pay that. And once it's paid, if your items are already created, I get those out right away. And then the ones that I do take orders according to size, custom made items, those definitely take longer. I refuse to rush it. I take one person's order at a time out to my workbench and create all your items all at one time. I don't intermingle the orders. It's just how I prefer to work. I like to focus on one order at a time and package that up. Shopping should be fun. There should be no surprises. If you purchase 1 or 2 jewelry items, your shipping is going to be $4. If you purchase 3 or more jewelry items, shipping will be free. Suncatchers, let's see, I think they were all, the smaller Suncatchers are within that $4 range. So if you, I think there's only 2 of them that might go into the $6 range. No matter how many Suncatchers you purchase, and this week I don't have any extra large ones, so the absolute most you're going to pay for shipping is $6. If shipping goes over that, which it often goes over the $6, I cover the rest. Most people earn free shipping on the jewelry items, and most people pay $4 for the Suncatchers. A couple times it's $6. So if you do get an invoice, it's going to be very detailed. If you see something on there that needs to be changed or that you want to change, just reach out to me. My email is clickable right from the invoice. You reach out to me and I will change the invoice. It's very easy to change before it's paid. Also, let's say you get your invoice on Saturday and then Sunday, I'm just going to use an example of your car breaks down and you now have an unexpected repair bill. That falls under the unexpected policy that I have. If things come up in life, just message me and say, Laura, you don't need to even tell me what it was because I feel like that's private. Just message me and say, I had something unexpected come up and I either need to cancel or delay, or can I pay on this date? That's how I define unexpected. But if you already know ahead of time that you're unable to pay, please message me prior to the sale, or wait until the next sale. I will have another one in 2 weeks. New items, fresh items, as much as I can in that time frame. Okay, here we go. I did make a lot of new earrings this week, and some of these will have the capability of having a matching bracelet or a ring to go with it. So first up is a new pattern for the earrings. Very pretty Victorian style. The pattern is called Floral. It was first introduced in 1902. These are these are probably one of the heaviest earrings I make, but they are so pretty. 0.3 ounces, and they are 2 3/16 inches long. They are $15 a pair. Let's see how many pieces. I did get 10 pieces in this silverware. So if you would like a matching pendant, or maybe you would like a matching bracelet, when I present these, they'll either be multiple earrings, or that will be a good time, because I have not made them yet. I want to wait to see what people want. You can definitely ask to have matching pieces, but the earrings are $15. If you wanted a pendant, it would be $10, and the bracelets would be $24. And here's the back side on these. Very pretty. Floral is a multi-motif pattern. There's about 10 different flowers in this multi-motif. Okay, the next one. These are out of order. Okay, well, we're just going to go with it. The order may be slightly different during the sale, because I do show the Suncatchers first, and then we're going to show earrings. That way, if you see an earring you like, you can ask me for something to match. Now, this is called Balta Kings. This is further up the handle. These spoons first came out in 1852, so these are true antiques. So I do call these stick earrings. Very elegant, and I used check glass. I love check glass, and these have that AB coated finish on them. When I was making these, okay, these are a $15 pair of earrings, 0.2 ounces, 2.5 inches long. I was inspired by all of the vintage AB coated necklaces, check glass necklaces I've been seeing, some of my favorite vintage jewelry sellers. These would match those wonderfully. That was my inspiration on this pair of earrings, to go with something like that. Okay, now next up is another antique, 1911 Old Colony. This is a collectible pattern. It is pierced, very common. This is one of those sets of silverware where they had a piece of silverware for every kind of food. Like you had your asparagus server, you had your olive fork, it was just crazy. Pickle fork, your olive spoon. I mean, every food had its own piece of silverware. So if you had a set of Old Colony, it could be over 100 pieces. Crazy. Even French toast servers. These are $17. They are 2.5 inches long, and the weight is 0.25 ounces. Now, at the bottom, you have green amber. I tested my green amber, and it came with a COA, so this is genuine green amber. If green amber is not your jam, I will change the bottom dangles to, I have cultured pearls, tiger's eye, amethyst, rose quartz, whatever your heart desires. If I have it, I will change those out for you. I only have one of these, $17. I don't have matching pieces. Okay, again, I'll apologize for all the noise. Hopefully you can't hear it. Hopefully it's distant enough that you're not bothered by it. Another pair of stick earrings. These have a very Art Nouveau feel to them. These are lightweight. 0.15 ounce, 2.5 inches long. Here's some cultured pearls. I have one of these. They are $15. Next up is the very end of this pattern. Poppy from 1914. So you have another antique pair of earrings. I really love antique silverware. It's very romantical. The styles. Very ornate. They just don't make things like that anymore. See those beautiful detailed poppies on there? Here's a great example for some short earrings. They're 1.5 inches long, 0.15 ounces. They're $15. I don't have any other matching pieces at the moment. This is the very end of that pattern. Then same pattern, poppy from 1914, further up the handle, some more beautiful flowers, the poppies with their leaves. These are 2 inches long and 0.2 ounces. Again, $15 for these earrings. Next up is a first timer. When I purchased this pattern, I really intended to make rings. This is an example of a pattern that will break. If you try to bend it, it broke right up there. At least it broke in a good spot. Boy, did I ever want this to be a ring. 1906 Grenoble, also known as Morning Glory, and that is the flower on there is a Morning Glory. These were Demitasse spoons. So they are lightweight, 0.15 ounce, 1 7/8 inches long, $17 for the pair, and I do have two. I don't have matching pieces in this pattern. I have one ring that's already made, so it's in a very specific size. Okay, next up is something that was not in the little shorts I've been doing this week. So this is an earring you have not seen yet. I'm going to show you the spoon before being repurposed, so because this doesn't necessarily look like something that would be a spoon. Isn't that beautiful? It is a German spoon. German Rose, Hildesheimer spoon earrings. Now, this is an example of where fashion our comfort takes backseat to fashion, if you will. Heavy earrings, large earrings. I'm from the 80s. Do not bother me. I expect big earrings. I expect them to be a little weighty. I actually like that feel. These are 0.3 ounces, which would be the heaviest earring that I make. 2.5 inches long. Anyone who's been to my lives or seen me on YouTube, this is what you see me wearing. I did come across 4 more spoons, so I have 2 of these available. These earrings are $25 each. I know that's higher price. Trust me, these are worth it. Here's your backside. So if you wear your hair up, you have short hair. The backside is also gorgeous. Now, with that said, you notice I only made 1 pair because I could cut these shorter. It would make them 2 1/8 inches. Probably not going to make a big difference in the weight. Maybe 2.25 ounces, but they would be shorter. So again, comfort will take a back seat for fashion because these are worth it. Okay, another tray of earrings. This pattern is called Romford. It's kind of known as wheat, even though wheat is not its official name. From 1939, very Art Deco vibes. These were created from iced teaspoons. I do have more of these spoons available if you would want a ring or if I could do another pair of earrings. They are $15 each, 1 7/8 inches long, 0.2 ounces. I could even make a bracelet. Okay, now this week I have 1 hoop earring. Just didn't have the exact right pieces to do a lot of hoops. I will bring more hoops in the future. These are Magnolia, 1951 Magnolia. $15 for the hoops, 0.3 ounces, 1.5 inches long. And I should also mention that my ear wires, I make those from stainless steel ball pins, and they do come with French wire keepers on the back. Okay, Magnolia. I still have several pieces in Magnolia, so you can get a matching bracelet, pendant, ring, or I do have some straight earrings as well. So if these are your jam and you need matching pieces, please speak up. I will be happy to do that for you. Okay, these next up are again Magnolia from 1951. These are the very ends of salad forks, 0.1 ounce. 0.1 ounce. These are very lightweight, 1.5 inches long. Might be hard to tell the size because of how close they are to the camera, but these are $15 and I can do multiples. Next up is the Magnolia earring, only a little longer. You hear my rattling of my extra Magnolia pieces there. These are longer. These are made from a teaspoon. They are 2 1/16 inch long, 0.2 ounces. Again, they are $15. The back side is also pretty. So those are 3 earrings from the same pattern, and you can get all kinds of matching pieces with that. Okay, next up, oh, here's another Magnolia earring. This is the rest of the handle. Let's see, I don't have a polished piece, but this is further up the handle. These are 1 3/4 inches long and 0.2 ounces, $15. I do have a ring like this too. Exactly like that. I have a ring that I'll be showing. Okay, next up, this is the last pair I have in this beautiful pattern named Baroque Rose from 1967. This is a very new, in my world of silverware, 1967 is, for me, I consider it very modern. These were made from Demitas spoons, so not an easy find in this pattern. This pattern is usually very weighty and thick. So the Demitas make an excellent earring. These are $17, 2.25 inches long, yet they're only 0.2 ounces. I have one. This is the last one. Next up is Rosalie. Of course, there's going to be half a dozen roses on each piece of silverware. It is from 1938. I'm getting some Art Deco vibes. They are 1 7/8 inches long, 0.25 ounces, $15 for the earrings. I have multiple pieces in this set that are unmade. So I can do multiple earrings. I can make a ring, but it's not very popular as a ring because the very end is plain. But if you really want a ring, I can do it. I can make a pendant and I can make a bracelet from this pattern. So if you want matching pieces, that would be a good option. All right. When I said things were out of order, this should have been up by the other Baltic Kings. 1852 Baltic Kings. This is the lower part of the Demitas spoon. Very popular motif back in these times. These are 1 3/4 inches long, 0.2 ounces, and they're $15. And you would have a hard time telling the front from the back on these spoons. They're so well made. You really would have a hard time knowing. I know because of how they're bent. I can tell which is front and which is the back. Okay, I'm now going to show some rings individually. Then after I go through the individual rings, I'm going to show you a tray. And that's going to go a little different than how I normally do it. Okay, so this is a William and Roger silverware pattern. It has 3 names. Chalice, it's also known as Harmony, and Jasmine. I did the bypass style because this was an infant feeding spoon, a long skinny handle. $15. It is sitting at a 10. If you need anywhere between size 9 and 11, I will adjust that before sending it off. This would be a good week to have your ring sizers out and know what size ring you need, because I will be showing a lot of rings that are pre-made, and so their size is pretty set within 1 or 2 sizes. So it's a good idea. That's how I shop when I'm watching some of my favorite live sellers. I have my ring sizer right next to me as I'm watching that. Will it fit here? Will it fit there? Where will it go? So just something to consider. All right, next up is a very, very old. These are Demitasse spoons. Demitasse. I'm getting Rococo style vibes. I'm definitely not super knowledgeable in styles, but I can tell you these spoons are very old. And again, Demitasse are the very, very tiny spoons used to stir your espresso coffee. So the maker of these is Walker and Hall in Sheffield, England. I can tell by the marks. I spent a good hour and a half looking up these marks. And the way it's marked on the back, not that it's going to mean anything to you unless you want to also go look them up. I can tell by the marks who the maker was, where it was made, and also how the flag tells me that that's the mark they used between 1853 and 1920. So somewhere between 1853 and 1920. These are definitely an antique. I love this pattern. I am so surprised I have any of these left, but I have 3 unmade. This is an example of you can get a ring custom made in your size. And here's one. I can do size 7 through 11 and a half. 7 through 11 and a half. This is a $16 ring. Now the one I'm wearing is a little smaller because it was made from a sugar tong. So I have one that can be size 5 through 6. One that can be 5 through 6, but these can be custom made in your size 7 through 11 and a half. So I love this pattern. Scoop them up before I need to keep one. Okay, next. I had these last week and I needed to live with them for a little while to decide what to do. I'm going to put this on as I talk about it. Now you can kind of see that brassy yellow coming through. I believe, okay, so these, so unusual. Okay, so first of all, this is an antique Little Red Riding Hood. It was an infant or a youth fork, and I kept the fork tines. Okay, I have 2 of these, both in the same condition. All the lettering is there. All the details are super crisp. But even with that, for some reason, the brassiness under the plating is coming through. I had to live with these for a while to decide what should I do with them because I normally make rings. It's not going to make any difference if I make a bracelet because you lose the beautiful Little Red Riding Hood print. I mean, just nothing else was going to work. So I decided to go ahead and make them as rings. But the price I'm going to tell you is going to reflect the condition. Now this, I don't have sensitivity to metals, so to me this would be no big deal. But if somebody has a sensitivity to metals, you would probably have to coat this with clear fingernail polish every so often so that the brassy parts don't come into contact with your skin. Normally these rings start at $75 at my live sale, and I list them for $100 on Etsy, and I've sold every single one that way. So because of the condition, I'm starting this at $25. I have 2 of them. This one is available size 8 through 11 and a half. 8 through 11 and a half. And you can see how it still has its original shine. All the details are there. Just for some reason, maybe because of how it was stored, I really can't say. I've never seen this before. There's that one. And the only reason that price is down, here is the second one. This one, they didn't, even though they were both youth forks, and you will get the fork tines with your Little Red Riding Hood ring. I'll tell you why. This youth fork was slightly narrower or a little shorter. So this is 8 through 11, $25 again. Both of them were marked triple plate on the back side. The reason I send the fork tines is because back in the day, this ring was so wildly sought after that fakes were out on the market. I can tell a fake just usually from just a picture, definitely by seeing it in person, but I will send you the fork tines so you have proof that this is a genuine Little Red Riding Hood spoon ring. Okay, I probably spent too much time talking about that, but I love that ring. I love it. Next up, I have a pattern from 1952. Let's see which finger this is going to fit on. Called Daybreak. Sweet little flowers. Let's see if I can get this up there. Sweet little flowers, cute little shape. $15 ring. It is 9/16 of an inch in the front. It is actually made from an hors d'oeuvre fork. They are nice and narrow, make excellent rings. I can do 4 of these, custom made in your size, between 7 and 14. 7 and 14, custom made, $15. And if no claims are made for the band ring, I can make earrings. I could even make them bracelet. I also have one in the bypass style. This one, $15 ring. It's the Daybreak, also known as Elegant Lady from 1952. This one with the wraparound style is 13/16 inches wide. Again, you can select your size 7 through 14, and I will custom make that for you. Just a couple pieces left in that pattern. We'll see if we can do some matchy things for you. This is the last piece I have in violet from 1900s. This is that pattern. We don't know who made it. It was the unknown maker. I verified it through 2 different places. It is known as violet. 7/8 inches wide in the front, size 10 through 12. This is the last piece I have, and it is $15. I'll size that before sending it off. Okay, I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to set out a tray of rings for you to look at, and they are arranged by ring size. One moment. Okay, the very top row are my smallest ones. These are in the size 5 range. This is that ring that matches the earrings, the magnolia earrings, perfectly. We have some size 6s. And these are adjustable a little bit. I can go up or down just a tad. Here are some size 7s right here. This is a nice simple one. Sometimes simple, if you like to wear multiple rings at a time, I like to mix in some simple ones. There's one with a tulip. And now we're going to move into the 8s, some sunflowers. Here's some more 8s right here. Jubilee. I have some more Jubilee pieces on the way for next sale. 9s. We have a tulip. Lido. This is oak. Sunflowers. Here's some more 8s. Plantation Rose. Grand Elegance. Here's some 10s now. We have this beautiful cascade basket weave pattern. These are 10s. This is why it will be a good idea to know your size. Can you hear the fireworks? Here is the Grenoble that matches the earrings. I have one of those. There's a pierced coronation. I will be showing these 11s. I'm going to be giving them the number of their size. Like say I'm showing this, I'm going to say 12A. 12A, it'll be really important to listen because I'm going to show them fairly quick while watching the chat. If I see a 12A, I'll know 12A. 12B, 12C, heraldic. We have, in heraldic, I can make a bracelet to match. So I'll give you an overview of what I have. Now, you notice I stopped at size 12. I have a lot of 13s, 14s, and 15s. If these are your sizes, you are welcome to make these requests. Okay, I'm going to pause you again. Okay, next up is a sterling ring. Web sterling is made from a sugar tongue. Oh, it's showing up today. Web sterling. I could not find the pattern name on this, but these sugar tongs are definitely out there. I used Google. A pierced sterling silver ring. The one on my finger is a 9. It's $25. And I can make a second one in a custom size. I didn't give a size range, so let's just go with 7 through 13, 7 through 14, custom made in your size. I have 2 of those. Then here's a couple of random spoon rings that match the poppy from 1914. These were farther up the handle. Get them on my fingers. These match those poppy earrings. $15, size 9 through 11, and I can adjust these bypasses to your size between 9 and 11 before sending them out. And they're $15 each. Let's see. Okay, angels. I did do a short video, and I'm going to show these because this is the Christmas in July. Here is what I call an As For Crystal angel ornament. Her halo is check AB glass. Her face is check glass. This is the January birthstones. And if you were able to look at the short video, I have the faces in all 12 months. And then at the bottom you have that beautiful As For Crystal AB coated. Those are manufactured over in Egypt. High quality maker of chandelier parts. These are $6 each, and I will be making these available. I would need to know the month and how many of each month you want. These are excellent gifts. These would also look pretty on the Christmas tree in red for January, or May as emerald green. Look very pretty on the Christmas tree. So those will be up $6 each. I have a few spoon angel ornaments. These are also shown in that same short video. The face can be changed to whatever birthstone. This happens to be June. I have several in this pattern. And I also have several in this pattern, the Evening Star. This is a July, but I can do any month. And the spoon angel ornaments, birthstones, are $10 each. This one is a stainless steel. And I have the clear, so clear as April, stainless steel spoon. I have 5 of those. And they're 10 each. And one more stainless steel. I have 2 of these. And this is an example of the March. I have 2 of those. So those are nice to have on hand for Christmas, really any time of the year. I get orders throughout the year for those. Now, again, for the bracelets, I'm going to be pulling out the Jubilee. I'm also going to have the Rosalie and the Magnolia. If you want bracelets, you would need to know a snug wrist measurement. My measurement, for example, is 6 3/4. And I've been making bracelets, spoon bracelets, for decades. I do know how to make it fit. If you do want extra room, I had somebody who's a stacker who wanted extra room, and we did that. But like for my 6 3/4 inch wrist, the inside circumference according to the bracelet mandrel would be 7 inches, which gives adequate wiggle room in spoon bracelet world. Now, if you're used to getting sizes where you have a chain link bracelet or a cuff bracelet or a bangle, that sizing is completely different, and I am not trying to override that or the people who are experts in getting the size in that world. I just know how to do it in spoon bracelet world. Spoon bracelets, my spoon bracelets are oval shaped, so they're already shaped the same as your wrist, and they come with a magnet clasp, so you're not trying to slide it over your hand. Just in spoon bracelet world, I go up about a good 1/4 of an inch, a little bit more, and I will show you during the sale how I do that. You are always welcome to just tell me how you want the finished size to be, and I will do that. Okay, if you have any questions, please put them down in the comment section of this video. I will leave a link to the sale. I start on time. There will be a giveaway within the first 8 minutes. If you want to put your question to me privately, I'll also put down there my email. You're welcome to reach out to me by email. I hope you can make it. There is never, ever, ever an obligation to claim anything. You're welcome to come in and look at the stuff, chat with people. I don't keep track of who claims and who doesn't. Honestly, I have so much going on, I don't pay attention to that. And even if I did, there's no obligation whatsoever to do that. But please only claim an item if you are able to pay before the end of Monday. Obviously, if something unexpected comes up, just let me know. We will work it out, and it doesn't change anything of the future. We will continue. You will be able to continue purchasing from me if you want to. I mean, I would never hold something unexpected against a person ever. Okay, and if you need more time, please reach out to me ahead of time. Okay, you guys? Thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I had some amazing supporters this last week. I would want to shout out Kirsten Red Resale. She has sales on her channel tonight. Gina's Gallery of Jewelry and More. She's also having a sale tonight. Awesome support. Jason Adams. He will be doing his first sale soon. An announcement is coming out. And also Tanya over at My Jewelry Addiction sent an amazing jewelry book to me. I want to shout out every single customer and chatter, all the people who have gone to the short videos and left a comment, watch, put a thumbs up. I appreciate you all so, so very much. Because of all of you, I'm living my dream. And my dream is spoon jewelry. I know it's weird, but it is. So I will see y'all in the chats. If you can come on over Friday night and look at some jewelry, that would be fantastic. Please have a fun and safe 4th of July. Love you all. Bye-bye for now.